Hello and welcome to another league race video, and today, as you can see, we are here at Mugello. Sorry for not getting this video out yesterday, but I was busy playing the next race. But into turn 1 we go. First gear down to 40 miles an hour, I think was the lowest we hit there through San Donato. Flicking the bike over, crash for Arnan there. Trying to get on the throttle as early as we can, flicking the bike over. Lots of different chicanes flowing in and out of each other. Running right onto the green now on the exit off that turn. Not really sure, the names of some of these, but 3/10 down in the first sector. Obviously, we're currently in 7th position. HC General currently on pole position, but now we're coming down the hill towards Casanova. This is a corner name that I do know, and we've gone really wide through Casanova. Flicking the bike back over through Savelli. We ran a bit wide there on the exit of Casanova, but now we're coming up towards the two Arrabbiatas. So Arrabbiata 1, not too bad, but we missed the apex sort of completely. We've gone quite wide on the exit. Into Arrabbiata 2, we're now half a second away from HC General's time. I didn't have massive pace here at Mugello, hitting the brakes to Scarpa area, but it wasn't too bad. I was sort of just hoping to try and go away with the front guys, just like in Argentina, and obviously what we tried to do in Le Mans. Really wide to the green there. Crash Federico Ciannini there. It's unfortunate for him, but obviously everyone's pushing as hard as they can in qualifying sessions, taking a bit more risk than they would in the race, so there's bound to be more crashes. Flicking the bike over to the left of we've absolutely straight line the second half of that. We've got a 47,000 penalty, and we were 7/10 down into the last corner. Buccini now trying to get on the throttle as early as we can. We got on him really early there. We clipped the apex right at the end of the corner, right to the edge of the circuit there, up towards the line. What is that going to be? Obviously, we do have a little penalty for that little corner cut there. What is it going to be? 1:41.1, so half a second off, and that puts us up to 5th position. We'll have to see where that leaves us at the end of the session, but into turn 1 we go again. But at the end of the session it did in fact leave us 6th position, so we did get out qualified by R1 and Olbrock and Dietcher, HC General and Simo P over there. Federico is behind us, Favatar was 8th, Nickon was 9th, and I think Mickey CR was down there in 10th position. But this could all change, as we have seen in previous races, as we are on the grid now. We know exactly what can happen as you approach that first corner. There can be bikes flying. Mickey CR's been getting some really good starts as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes flying past as well. We're waiting for the lights to come on into the top left. The lights are now on. We're waiting for the lights to go out to start this Mugello Grand Prix, or the Italian Grand Prix I suppose. Lights on, away we go. It's not the best start there, but not too bad. Crash already for Bob Rock and R1 have connected with each other. I think Bob Rock's got off the line pretty poorly, and there's been a bit of contact. Here comes Mickey CR, speaking of him. Favatar's in front of us. Simo Piova's just a lot of positions off that first position. He started 5th. Oh, he started first and now he's 5th. 6th now as he gets pushed by Mickey CR. We're cutting on the inside through turn 2. Oh, on the turn 1, sorry, on the grass a little bit there. Simo's going around the outside. Andy Etcher, the inside of Andy Etcher. Trying to flip the bike back over in front of him. A bit of contact with Andy Etcher there. Up into 5th position. So we've actually gained 1 position off the start, despite all that. Favatar obviously got in front of us there. Federico Ciannini hitting on the curve a little bit. Bit of contact with Simo. Simo's down. And someone else is down as well in the back. I think it might be Nickon. Got collected by Simo's bike. But a bit of contact between me and Simo there. So unfortunately, it's just one of those things. We've run wide through Casanova there. We are trying to close up as much as we can through Andy Etcher. Oh, we've crashed at Savelli there. We turned in way too early for Savelli, and unfortunately that was us down. Simo, you can see, going trying to get around the outside as we get back on the bike, but we are still in front of him. Now behind R1 and Bob Rock, obviously the two that connected off the start, and we've got a bit hooked on the curve through Arrabbiata. Simo still had tried to have a look. We couldn't quite do it. Exceeded the track limits a little bit there for me and R1 and in Scarparia. Simo's cutting up the inside. He gets the move done. No, we've managed to hold it around the outside of Simo and cut in the corner a little bit. Palagio on the exit, and we've got the position still. So we're in 9th position. Pretty much a crisis at this point. Obviously, we actually had not too bad of a start. Obviously, we did have better contact with Simo sort of when it went downhill. And obviously, we turned in too early and crashed on the banking of Savelli through beyond 82. You can see an amazing run for Simo, but we are close up to R1 hitting the brakes for Buccini, and we've been took out. Simo has hit us at the back, and he's gone off into the gravel, being dragged off by our bike. But I'm not sure what he was doing, because I don't think he was ever going to make that corner. So I think he just misjudged his braking and cleared us out. But me and Simo are now massive way off the pack. Obviously me even more so, because I got respawned from the initial contact. He at least actually got to carry the speed through. He's 3.3 seconds in front of us there. So it's been an awful first lap. But cutting a little bit later on onto lap 3 now. There's a crash for Nickon as we go through Casanova and then through Savelli, where we crashed on lap 1. Bob Rock is in front of Nickon, and now Nickon is right in front of us. So we are going to, well, he's got about a second lead over. He's going to have to think about closing that down. So he had a flag up ahead. Mickey CR lost the position. Oh, Nicken lagged back a little bit. And Bob Rock and Mickey CR have crashed. And we're going around the outside of Nicken. Coming back onto the track. We're passing Mickey CR as well. And late on the brakes at the side of Bob Rock into Scarparia. So from 10th to 7th in one move. All because of just getting on the throttle a little bit earlier. But Bob Rock's coming back around the outside. I actually don't know the name of this corner, but Corinteo or something. I don't know how to pronounce that. But Simo Piova's crashed as well, so now he's back in front of us in a 6th position. But we've got the position ahead of Bob Rock now. Into Biondetti, but on the inside goes Bob Rock and cuts us up a little bit through Biondetti too. So Bob Rock gets that 7th position back. But that was an amazing move to get 3 positions there. Another crash for Nick, and Simo Piova goes into the gravel once again. Well, I think he might have just avoided it, but it's gone so hot into that last corner. I know it is a bit quicker to go wider, but I'm not sure he gained anything by going that wide in the slipstream of Bob Rock now, as we're about to start lap 4. Trying to gain as much speed as we can. Obviously, this is a track where you can really stay with someone with slipstream. Pulling to the right hand side, but we're not going to have to think about a dive from that far behind. He brakes on the curb a little bit dangerous, but we closed up to him through San Donato. Well, the brakes of San Donato cutting onto the end of lap 4 now. 4 tenths behind Bob Rock. Nearly 5 tenths really, because it's 4.6, and cutting to the end of the next lap. I think he is stretching his lead a little bit ahead of us. We will see what it is when we go over the line. It is 7 tenths, so yes, he has extended the lead ahead of us. Bob Rock on the Yamaha, obviously. We're also on the Yamaha, but it looks like we've got a bit closer on this lap, so let's see what it is at the start of lap 7. The gap is 3 tenths, so yes, we have closed up massively, as close as we have been for quite a while, or for a couple of laps. Braking again heavily for San Donato. We've ran a bit wide through San Donato, so not ideal. Flicking the bike left through Luco. And back right again. This is Borgo San Lorenzo, no, this is Poggio Secco. So Borgo San Lorenzo is the next right-hander after obviously the left in the straight. We are still trying to make as many inroads as we can, so we're now 4.5 tenths behind through Maserati. Flicking the bike back over now for Borgo San Lorenzo, but we have gained a little bit there. I think we're going to need to flip them Bob Rock, and we have gained a bit of time on him, hitting the brakes, broadcasting over, clipping the inside curb, almost a crash there, and then through Savelli. Once again, we were pushing at this point. I wanted to get a 6th place. I mean, not really, well, I didn't really want 6th, but it was better than 7th. Through Arabiata 1, went up the hill towards Arabiata 2. Are we able to do anything? We're still 3 tenths behind, so we have gained more time back on him again. Down towards Scarparia. Can we hit on the brakes? Nice and late. We've closed massively through Scarparia, so we're right on his wheel tracks. Not quite the best there, but through Palagio. We are very close to him as we go towards the corner that I failed to pronounce before. Corinteo. I don't really know how it's pronounced. I'm going to probably try and stop. But still trying to stay as close as we can to Bob Rock. Simo Piova passes R1 through Biondetti 1, and Bob Rock's gone wide through Biondetti. He's had to cut the second Biondetti. They've had an amazing run up towards Buccini. Oh, we can have a look at the inside of Bob Rock. Oh, the inside. Oh, he just stays in front. He's late on the brakes, but we're going to have the inside line on the throttle as early as we can. I had to let off the throttle a little bit so there was no contact. So he keeps the position for now, but we have overtaken him for a split second there. So now this is a real battle using the slipstream up towards the line. The gap, 66 thousandths of a second. We pulled to the left-hand side, past Bob Rock. We go lags forward a bit, hitting the brakes for the first corner, trying to lean on him, but he goes in really hot, and we both go in pretty hot because of that. Up the inside we go, back up into 6th place. Another crash for Nick, and a yellow flag up ahead, so I'm not sure what this is. Bob Rock tries to run around the outside, but Simo Piova's there, and so is R1 and. So now it's going to become about a 4-way battle for 4th, and we kind of cut the corner a little bit there because I kind of got my eye lines up by R1 and. He's trying to get around the outside now. He's suddenly joined in as soon as he gets back on the bike through Maserati. Flicking the bike back over through Borgo San Lorenzo, cutting the corner a little bit again. Getting alongside R1 and down towards Casanova. Hitting the brakes for Casanova. But a massive punt from Simo Piova there. We've put R1 and onto the grass, and almost a crash for Bob Rock through Savelli. Simo round the outside he goes, trying to get the inside to Arabiata 1. He can't quite do it. Is he going to have a look at Arabiata 2 on Bob Rock? He has a little look. Bob Rock goes pretty wide. We're on the throttle as early as we can. Using some slipstream past Bob Rock we go. Now down towards Scarparia. Bob Rock hits us on the back. That's given us bits of speed. We've hit Simo a little bit there. A crash for R1 and all these side goes Bob Rock once again. So this battle is absolutely insane. Simo back up to 4th, Bob Rock 5th, and I'm still 6th after all that. But they've both gone wide through turn 12 there. Trying to get on the throttle as early as you can. Bob Rock going onto the grass a little bit. We're on the left hand side of Bob Rock. We have to turn in early to not get hit by him. We're 92 thousandths of a second penalty there. Because of that, we turned in early to avoid him. It's not really worked out for us, but there you can see Bob Rock runs a bit wide, and so does Simo. They both run so wide through that last corner, and I try to get on the throttle as early as I can. At the end of lap 8, obviously there's only a few laps to go now, so I think Simo's probably in the clear unless he crashes or makes a mistake again, because he seems to have pulled away from Bob Rock quite a bit. But the battle for 5th is still raging on in this Italian Grand Prix between me and Bob Rock, obviously hitting the brakes once again for San Donato, closing massively up. We've gone a bit hot in, but can we get on the throttle earlier? Yes, we have a little bit. seems to be something that I seem to be quite strong at. If I have gone in a bit hot, I can get the bike turned and get back on the power to try and make it up through Poggio Secco, and once again towards, I keep forgetting on the corner names, not going to lie, through Maserati, and then it's Borgo San Lorenzo through turn 5. So we have actually closed up a little bit to Bob Rock, I think there. Didn't actually check the gap, but we look a little bit visually closer. We can still see Simo's name through Casanova there. Flicking over for Savelli. Bob Rock not quite crashing on the, well, he didn't crash on the curb last time, but he almost did. Through Arrabbiata 1, trying to close up as much as we can to him. And then once again through Arrabbiata 2, we've probably took a little bit of a better line on the throttle as early as we can, using up, well, a bit of the road on the outside. Andy Etch has had a crash, so I think he crashed, I think he was in the lead, so I think he's probably going to be alright with that, because he had a pretty big lead. We're right on the back of Bob Rock here. Are we going to have an attack into Buccini like we did previously? I don't know. We will have a look. He's gone wide through turn 12. Simo's gone a bit wide as well. Simo just obviously a little bit up the road. Oh, almost a high side for Simo there. He's on the grass and he's gone straight on towards the wall. He's hit the wall, but Bob Rock's messed up the first part of the Biondetti, and so have I. Down towards Buccini we go. Are we going to have an attack? Well, we can't attack him into Buccini, but will we slipstream coming out? And the lobby got closed. The lobby was closed. That was how the race ended. Yes. And as it did say, connection to host was lost. They just had to take the positions as they were currently at that time. But I believe that Simo actually left the lobby because he was obviously, you know, just made that mistake. But I'm not 100% sure if that is the case. But I think that might have been what happened. But anyway, the championship standings are now as such. Obviously, they are on screen. I don't have the race positions for you, so apologies for that. But HC General extends his lead ahead of Simo Piova there. Obviously Simo having a couple of bad races in a row, 11 points down on General now. I maintain third position, 43 points away from General now. We've closed up a little bit to Simo, but not going to get 32 points on him. In the remaining couple of races. Federico Ciandini, he's closed up a bit. He's only 49 points off of HC General, only 6 points off us, so we've got to watch out for him. Same with Bob Rock, is closing on us a little bit there. Claude not racing this week, so yeah, we've sort of pulled away from him. Obviously, he was the one that was close to us before. Mickey CR, 7th, same amount of points as Claude. Obviously, consistency being key there to Mickey, for Mickey, turning up to every race, and it's exactly what you get. You get more points, and you're going to overtake people that aren't at every race. Obviously, Nicken now up to 8th position. Surmat, again, wasn't in this race, is moved down to 9, and not 9th. Andy Etcher 10th. Obviously, I think this was his first race, because he has 20 points there, so yeah, I think this was his first race. Obviously, I did it like a week ago, so I don't really remember if he was in the Le Mans one either. So Arwanand now 11th place, Acros in 12th. Obviously, Arwanand, I still says Suzuki on the standings. I haven't updated that to say that he's on the Ducati yet. I actually kind of forgot to do that, but should be done for the next episode. Dark Paradise obviously was only in the first race in 13th place, 14th for Drian, 8 points, and Perfidus is in 15th, but as you can see, I wouldn't actually be able to fit him on the screen, so I'll just have to show the top 14. So I hope you did enjoy that race. It was a pretty good one. Unfortunately, it was a bit of an abrupt end, obviously, but that's just sort of how things happen sometimes. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.